People after high school. First up, to college students. You know, college is the most ideal route to take up to high school. I mean, it's the American dream. Average of 3.5 in high school, go to a good college.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. College overrated. This shit ain't that. That shit ain't. You ain't gotta go to college to be successful, bro. Let me just tell y'all that. Don't think that you gotta go to college to be successful. If you get this, go to college. Test it out. If you don't, and you not in the best financial situation, fuck college. Hey, go get some money, bro. You could do with this. Bro, grind, bro. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, going to college is gonna sit you back for a few more years. Even if if you go, lock the fuck in. You got everything to lose, nigga. I'm just gonna tell y'all that. If you get this though, go to college, bro. But hey man,
scholarship, get your 4-year degree, get a good job after, and marry a tall, white, blonde woman. Have 3 kids, a farm, spit on every single black person you see. Don't forget to attend church on Sundays to praise God for everything He's done for you in your life. That's how life is.
Eddie, bro.
Now, welcome to 2025.
If you know, you know.
Actually happens. If you don't have a scholarship for college, it's basically a scam. And pretty much everybody knows that nowadays. So there's
the fuck I just told y'all.
No need for me to tell you this 5 times. But most college students know this too, which is why they choose to enjoy their 4 years that they get. Yeah, I'll probably go into debt by going. Yes, this degree doesn't necessarily mean I'll get a job once I get out. But you know what? Fuck it, I'm in college. Let's have fun. And also, this is the easiest route to take after high school. Even though the work is hard, it's all going to something at the end of the day. And honestly, you get a chance to extend your childhood just for a little bit longer. Until you have to go into the real world and have to worry about bills, taxes, and all of the horrible other things that real life has to offer. Why do I say golfer? I meant offer. You know what I meant to say. But honestly, if you get a scholarship, then none of this really applies. You put in the work in high school, now you get to enjoy college and have fun and wall out, while also getting your work done so you can prepare yourself for, I would say, a better future, but by how it's looking right now it's harder than ever to get a job, so I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna have just as good of a chance as everybody else. Which is why if you didn't get a scholarship to go to college, but you still wanted to seek a higher education, most likely you're person number 2, the community college person. See, in my opinion, community college is a cheat code. You get to go to school.
Hey. Community college is a low-key a dub, bro. You get to go to school for less and you get the same. You get the same shit down there. I just heard my sister get loud for the first time in like 2 weeks. I'm finna go hell with my shoe.
For 2 years for free, in hopes to get a better scholarship once you're done so you can go to actual university, all while still getting your credits. See, community college is free for a reason. By going, you have to do all of the work of going to a regular university without any of the benefits, which is the fun. No parties, no sports teams, and if there are, they're all lame. Most of these colleges, if not all of these, don't have dorms. And if they do, they're absolutely trash. And most importantly, there's just this stigma, like this weird energy revolved around community college. Like if you told somebody you're going to community college, they'll always just give you that look. It's not a look of disgust, but it's just more of a look of disapproval. And honestly, that shouldn't be a thing because community college is such a great resource for people. But at the end of the day, life is life, game is game, ball is ball, and that's just how life it is. But a lot of times after high school, people will say they're going to community college, and then once they realize what it is, they decide that they're not quite ready for all of that. So they take a gap year, which is person number 3 we're talking about. See, I actually like the concept of a gap year. I feel like going from high school to college is a crazy transition, and you need some time for your body to kind of get used to what's going on. And also, it's a good time to find who you are as a person too. A lot of times we're so busy in life and we have to do this or that we don't really find time for ourselves. That being said though, most people use a gap year as a sorry excuse to be lazy. Which again, in my opinion, isn't a bad thing. I mean, a lot of people take that gap year and turn it into a gap lifetime.
My bad, y'all. Shit. Damn.
Because it goes from 1 year of just, you know what, let me just find myself, do whatever. And you know, as soon as I get ready to, I'm finna transfer overseas and go to college over there because that's for some reason always the route they want to take. During that year, usually these people just chill around, play the game, maybe even get a little part-time job so they can get some money for food and DoorDash too. Don't forget about the DoorDash. And they also usually smoke and drink all the time and just live life till its fullest inside the room. But once it comes around that time that they actually have to make a decision about what they want to do in their lives, all of a sudden they don't know what to do. Like, brother, wasn't that the purpose of this gap year? And then oftentimes these people decide to take another gap year to actually decide what they want to do. But during this year,
then they gonna take another gap year to decide what they want to do. Then they gonna take another one. Now you a bum. Get your ass up and do something in that gap year, bro. Y'all can do this. Be a productive bum. Y'all see I'm trying, right? I'm not a bum though. I gotta go to college in a month. Fuck.
They do pretty much the same thing. So that next year when they actually decide to lock in. But by this time their parents are sick of them and they're trying to get them out the house. So now they actually have to get a job. But they don't actually want to work this job. So they decide to do community college or something. Just so they can say they're doing something with their lives. And they do that.
This is Wix Studio, the platform for
I need an ad block.
enterprises.
Hey, Mike, cut this out. Thank you.
For about a week or two, and then they quit because it's too much work. And then after that, they get a retail job or a fast food job and work there for a couple months until they realize that this probably will be the future of their lives unless they change. So they decide to change. Then they try to start streaming. Streaming, TikTok, or YouTube is always one of those. An interesting part about this whole cycle to me is that during this whole time, you've only showed that you're lazy. You have done little to no hard work at all, and now you want to decide to do one of the hardest things to do. Well, TikTok's pretty easy, but YouTube and streaming is not at all. Something that you gotta devote all of your time to, work endless hours, stress constantly, just to have a chance to blow up. And you actually think that your lazy ass can actually do it. Absolute delusion, I'm not gonna lie. From there, they just kind of float around. And of course, they end up failing because, I mean,
And this is why I'm doing this. So look, let me give y'all a method. We gonna see if it worked for me. It worked for Flight. It's a role model. I'm just saying. FTC stand up. I'm gonna react to videos like these non-copyrighted videos, facts. And we're gonna post them every day. That's what we're gonna start doing. I need a green screen because y'all can't see this bullshit behind me. It's something new every day. Y'all, it's okay, I'm gonna figure it out. But we're gonna start reacting. Then I'm gonna post my vlogs and shit every other day when I get to it. But at least I'm gonna feel like I'm doing something since I'm posting this shit every day. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm streaming every day, but like, what's the point of streaming to one person if I ain't got, you know what I'm saying? So look, we finna blow up off this shit, and then we gon' I'm probably gonna post like the full streams on another channel or some shit, and then I gotta start posting like reels and TikToks about my streams and shit. You know, get the support. But I'll be right back because I am finna go get some goddamn. Finna go pick up my food. We gonna leave it right here. And yeah, we'll be back. Hold on.
you were never finna succeed in the first place. So they go
back
back to their
boys,
job and they eventually keep on working that job until they die. Now, this isn't the only route you could take from gap year. I mean, you could actually take gap year and then get into university. Even though that's the whole goal of a gap year, it's weird. I don't know. People are weird. But if you actually take that gap year and really do benefit your life, congratulations to you. You deserve a golden star or something. I don't know. I'm not your teacher. But most of the time after the gap year, you end up just going into the workforce, which is what a lot of people actually do just straight up after high school. Most people who choose this route don't actually want to choose this route. They just didn't get good grades in high school. So they end up just going straight into the workforce, and that's just what they do for the rest of their life. And there's levels to this category. I mean, of course, there's the bottom of the barrel of fast food. And nobody wants to work there forever. I mean, if you've ever seen one of those McDonald's or Wendy's posts about the people who've worked there for 60 years, they look miserable. They're not congratulating you because you did it. They're congratulating you because you didn't kill you. Congratulating you because they can't believe you did it. Yeah, these are entry-level jobs. You don't want that. So let's cross that off the list. Next one is retail. Basically the same thing. You just don't got to deal with food. Also terrible job. You don't want to really do that. And then in my opinion, the next couple of tiers, more blue-collar jobs, construction. No, you don't want to do that unless you're Hispanic. And in my opinion, one of the worst jobs you can get to after high school is for sure a warehouse job. Which if you're this type of person, I got a whole category for you, so just wait. Honestly, most of these type of people don't actually want to do this, but they need money. And most likely, since they didn't go to college, their parents told them that they were going to kick them out unless they didn't go to work. So this is honestly their only option. And I mean, the pay is good. They're getting bread. They can buy new clothes, buy new cars or whatever, but at the same time, none of those materialistic things will be better than having the college experience. Because whenever they're on Instagram or Snapchat just scrolling through their friends' stories, you always see them having a ball blast or whatever at college. And even though they know that this can never be the route that they can take, it still hurts to see because you always wonder, what if? But at the same time, game is game, little nigga. Get back to work. I do feel for y'all though, because I didn't go to college either, but you see what I'm doing. So at least we won't graduate with student debt. Yes, sir. Let's get that high five, even if we're lonely. And also, at least we got it better than them warehouse workers, because we're finna talk about them next. Those type of people are in hell. I don't care how much money you can make off of that, bro. It can't. No. It just can't be worth it. Like most of the time when you work a job like this, you work long hours, it's a lot of manual labor, and also the pay is good, but it's just depressing. You work in a factory, you can't see the light of day. You clock in the morning before the light comes out, and you clock out and it's already dark. If you just got out of high school, this job is cool for a little bit because you're stacking up bread at a fast rate. But the reason why this job is inevitably hell is because there's no future with this. You can't rank up in this job. You can only be a slave to the system. You're only working, not doing anything else. Yeah, you're gonna get bread, but once you realize that this is the rest of your life forever, the resentment for the job really starts to creep in, and you start really analyzing what you have done with your life. I mean, if you work a warehouse job after college, at least you had the college experience. But why would I want to work the rest of my life when I could at least have a little bit of fun? You start to realize that, and it just kind of adds a cloud of just depression over your head. But then you get that paycheck and you forget about it all. I'm not gonna lie, because them paychecks be fine. Oftentimes, the people who work these type of jobs are people who end up peaking in high school, which is person number 6 that we're talking about. Peaking in high school is one of the worst things you can do. We all know that, all right? I don't need to explain why. Those 4 years of your life being the best 4 years of your life is just sad. I'm sorry, I don't care. Oftentimes, a lot of us end up peaking in high school. I mean, it's really one of the only times in your life that you can really be free and just do whatever you want and just have fun and not have to deal with consequences. You don't gotta pay bills, you don't gotta stress about where your next meal is gonna come from. You have structure in your life. It's one of the most unique experiences you can go through as a person. But then when you go to college, you get all of that and then freedom too. You don't have your parents trying to monitor your every movement. You don't want to go to class, you don't got to go to class, and it's just very free. And oftentimes, if you don't end up peaking in high school, you do end up peaking in college. But a lot of people don't want to talk about that though. But at the same time, a lot of people who do peak in high school don't end up going to college because the grades, they can't afford it, or they were an athlete, they end up losing the love for their sport because I just didn't want to do it no more, aka they didn't start on, or they didn't like the college they were going to and they couldn't transfer out because nobody wanted them, and they end up dropping out of college and going straight into the workforce, or they just went to college and dropped out, period, because they just couldn't continue. From there, life kind of goes downhill. I mean, roster you may have had in high school because you were cool and that guy, realize that you're a bum now and they end up leaving you. All of your boys that you were clicked up with back in high school end up going to different colleges and you just never see them again. And all of the nerds or the regular people that you really didn't pay attention to because you thought they weren't as lit as you back in high school are now way litter than you. Now you have to face the consequences of turning up too much in high school and not paying attention to what you were actually supposed to pay attention to. But you want to change it though. You don't want to go out like that. So, all of the popularity and the 3K IG followers you have, you decide to try to become person number 7, the influencer. And let me tell you right now, they all fail. Here's why though. You know, for some reason, people think just because you have clout and fame and motion in your city that you could become famous online. Let me just tell you something. Even famous people can't become famous online. See,
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even got no. I feel like I'm known in my city, but I ain't got no clout. Cause in high school, I know I ain't peaking high school. Cause if I peaked in high school, the only thing I peaked was grades. Cause I didn't party. I barely talk unless y'all talk to me. Yeah, I ain't peaking high school. I can't peak in college because I ain't gonna lie. I got out the house. I got out the dorm like once. And I ain't go to a single basketball game. I get like two football games. Homecoming in the first game. First home game. And parties, I showed up late to all of them on purpose so I didn't have to go in. Oh shit.
Streaming and YouTube is not as easy as people think. They take time, effort, and you actually have to be entertained. Now, of course, there's some people who can just get away with their clout. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo gained 100 million subscribers just for being Cristiano Ronaldo. His content isn't even that good. But at the same time, you're not Ronaldo. So why do you think you're going to be famous? For instance, Tyga, a very well-known rapper in America, has recently became a streamer. This guy has like 13 million followers on the IG. Multiple platinum songs, records. He's super famous. So you would think that that would automatically translate to streaming. Well, no, he averages 200 viewers. T-Banks has more motion on Twitch than Tyga. Young Dabo and Rakai have more motion on Twitch. Two 16-year-olds. This social media thing isn't as easy as people think. And just because you were lit in your area, maybe you threw a couple parties, maybe everybody thought you were that guy, well, I promise you, you're not that guy on the internet. And unless you're actually entertaining and you actually are dedicated to this thing, it's not gonna happen. But some people do actually succeed, and to those type of people, I applaud you. I'm actually one of them. It's a big risk to take out of high school, but if you're passionate about it, I encourage you to do it and invest in yourself. But at the same time, times you're just trying to get money, I recommend you do something else. Because people will quickly figure out that you're not passionate about this, and they will quickly not watch your content. I'm passionate about it though, even though I don't act like it. And plus, streaming is so oversaturated.
I know I don't act like it. I can just turn this bitch on and I'm cool, bro. But I know eventually I'm gonna do something funny. That's why I do it. Eventually, something I say, that something I do is gonna be fucking hilarious. But I can't just force it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like forcing shit. Like, I'm real authentic, real structured with this shit. Real authentic, nigga. I let shit flow. But I know I'm funny. Cause people on my side wouldn't have told me to do this. Like, the niggas that be starting this shit that he talking about, niggas don't tell them to do this. I'm putting on for the people in my city, bro. Facts. Do I want the money? Of course. Of course. But my nigga, I'm trying to make it out with this shit. I like this shit, bro. This shit is actually fun. It's stressful. And editing for YouTube, oh God, oh Lord have mercy. But this shit is low-key fine. And I like the freedom. I love the freedom. I can do what I want, when I want. And hopefully, prayfully, y'all watch it, you know what I'm saying? Like on TikTok, bro, it was working crazy. I wasn't even doing that. I was just talking to them. Like when people get on the chat, like once I get this streaming shit down, bro, and people get on the chat and start talking, oh, it's free eats, nigga. I know I'm gonna make y'all laugh. That's the only reason I'm not passionate, don't seem as passionate about it right now. Nobody on the chat. I can't talk to y'all, bro. I just want to have a conversation with y'all through here. Not in person. Because in person, I'm telling y'all now, I'm weird as shit. I'm going to just look at you and be like, yeah. For real? Uh-huh. Hey, I'm being honest, though, bro. I'm being honest. But yeah, man.
I wouldn't recommend it to stream regardless. You know, being a content creator is just a wave right now. Everybody's trying to do it. They're even trying to encourage girls out of high school to do it too, which is the 8th type of person we're talking about. The OF girl / corn star. See, I don't want this video to get demonetized, so I'm gonna be very strategic about how I talk about this. But a lot of the times, the known school bop or the school tutor around the area graduate high school and they don't have a college to go to, nor do they want to work a job. So what do they decide to do? Well, they decide to sell their body online for $5.99 a month. And this is being encouraged. I mean, I've seen videos of girls literally waiting until they turn 18 so they can start up the OF, which is very very sad because back in the olden times, being a sex worker was the bottom of the barrel. But nowadays, because people are getting millions off of it, people just think it's the next big thing and the next big trend. No, you're literally exposing yourself. I knew a girl who graduated high school and took this same route, and she was actually already popping on YouTube and TikTok, so she thought it was going to be a good play. Well, let me just tell you right now, it was not a good play, and she actually had to move out the area because her news ended up getting leaked in the area, and no job was really trying to hire her. Actually, I lied. The strip club wanted to hire her. And to the OF girls who are trying to encourage younger girls to do this, you're sick, all right? You can be soulless all you want to. Don't encourage other people to be soulless because that's just nasty. Morally, this career path breaks you. And something that also breaks you morally is number 9, the military. You know, first off, I want to say respect to the veterans and to all of the people who decide to serve.
What he say? Respect to them boys? Could never be one of y'all. Y'all too structured. Y'all too structured. I can't go to the military, bro. Oh my God. That shit is crazy.
Because I would never be one. I pray to God there's never a World War III. Because first off, I have a friend in boot camp, and he described what boot camp was to me. It's nothing I want to be a part of. Early mornings, running, workouts, no phone.
Early mornings and me I already cooked. The other shit no, never mind, I'm lying.
There's no electronics, like that sounds like hell. I'm sorry, no. Like I understand the benefits are really, really good and you can get a free Hellcat or whatever. I don't care, bro. I just don't want that to be my life. Again, respect to everybody who does it. But at the same time, World War III pops off. I'm sorry. I don't want to have to be on the front lines, bro. Because all of y'all office job workers, I'm not gonna lie. If the troops start running slim, we'll have to be holding that M. And I'm not talking about no 4. It's gonna be an N65. The way that you could get an M4 is by going to trade school. This is one of my favorite routes to take after high school. Trade school is a very good way to get into the workforce and get your bag by also doing something that you could be kind of interested in. I mean, most of the time you only come out of pocket for books and you get to learn stuff like plumbing, welding, being an electrician, and you can actually make good money, potentially a 6-figure career by doing a trade while not going into student debt. That being said though, there's a reason why you're getting 6 figures. Nobody wants to do it. Doing trade is manual labor. It's blue collar job. You can't just live a normal life like this. It's hard work. At the same time, if you're a real man or even if you're a real girl, you want to be a nail tech or something like that, be an entrepreneur, you can work for somebody, get your bag. College isn't for everybody, and it's good that trade school is getting more popular because I feel like that's a very good route if you're dedicated to it. The next person I'm going to talk about is somebody we all know and we might actually be friends with. The wannabe rapper that always somehow works at McDonald's. They always be dropping mixtapes on SoundCloud talking about, yo, I'm up next, bro. I'm the hottest 18-year-old out of here in the Ville. Like, brother, are you trying to market yourself as a corn star talking about the hottest 18-year-old? Like, what are you talking? That's the thing with a lot of these rappers. They go so hard trying to make this music work. They think that just because they do it, it will just pop off and, you know, the world just owns it to them. That's just not how life works. Sometimes you're just trash. And if you're trash, you gotta understand you're trash and try to get better. But a lot of times these rappers don't think they're trash because everybody in their circle always tells them, yo, your music is tough. Meanwhile, you don't see none of them bumping or playing the music in general when their friends not around. Like, I thought the music was good. Why you not listening? They're talking about, yeah, I'm up next, brother. I'm next up in line. Please take my order. But these type of people will eventually keep on trying to rap until they finally realize that, yeah, maybe I'm not finna be Quavo. And eventually they get tired of their job at McDonald's, so they end up quitting. Which leads me to my next type of person, the bum. You see, the bum is an interesting person because usually they're very loved in high school. Everybody wants to smoke, drink with them, and you know, they just turn up in high school. But once they realize high school's over and you can't go to college, they usually go down this route. Or like I just explained earlier, they may have like a very overzealous dream, like becoming a rapper or a streamer or something like that. When they don't achieve it, they eventually either A, try to do it without getting a job, which could seem like a good route for a little bit until eventually it does turn into thing number B, them failing, and then just giving up on life because the first thing you tried didn't work out. Like, brother, that's not how you're supposed to live. Life isn't easy. You need to adjust, recalculate, fail, adjust, recalculate. That's how all the greats do it. But see, here's the issue. These people aren't great. They're bums, and they think that just because they're a bum and they want to do something that they can succeed. That's just not how life works. So they resort to eating junk food, playing the game, smoking and drinking, and doing.
I know the next type of person. That dealer. Mark my words.
Everything that they did back in high school just as an adult, which in high school you're turned and lit, but as an adult you're a piece of shit. And this actually leads to these type of people that start hanging out with people back in high school. They're considered the cool older kid. They stay down this route until eventually their parents kick them out, or they end up getting arrested because they either were doing some stupid shit or got a little bit too deep into the high school role play they were doing. And, you know, on that topic though, another form of a bum after high school is the town.
Hey, what's up, guys? I found this beer left over from some campers.
I need an ad blocker, bro.
Have you guys seen?
See, back in high school, the town bop was popular. She was either on the cheer team or she was dating one of the star athletes until he cheated on her for the 5th time.
Hey, bro, I need to rewatch Euphoria. Yeah, I need to rewatch Euphoria. Facts. I'm lagging.
I mean, she found out for the 5th time, and now people know that she found out for the 5th time, so she just inevitably just breaks up. But then she gets back with him and tries to work everything out, but then he goes off to his D1 college and breaks up with her, and now she can't get him back until he comes back. Where he hits her up, she gives him shit, and then pulls up to talk things out, and the only talking you'll hear is clapping sound. But still, she'll claim that this is her man, or sneaky link, or toxic ex, when in all reality, to him, she's just easy poom poom whenever he needs it back in the hometown. But this little cycle is a highlight of their life until that man eventually gets married. These girls don't get married, and that's how they become the town bop. Because after high school, once their man leaves them, which was really their whole identity, honestly, they go into a perpetual cycle of trying to find the next man. They never end up actually finding him, but they do end up finding a lot of other people. And they call this their little city girl I'm outside era, and they blame it on their ex because he was toxic. Yeah, you knew he was cheating on you the whole time, but you stayed with him, and now you want to go and be a hoe, but you want to make an excuse for it. Just call it how you see it. But while these girls girls go on their little tirades of bodies and just racking them up like they're Pokemon. They start to grow a bigger Instagram following, mainly of dudes who want to be up next, you feel me, in line for the turn. Or maybe she just looks attractive on IG because she's showing her ass everywhere and bending over and taking little titty pics and thirst traps. But as soon as you see them in person, you realize that they are not the same person that you see online. And I know the game. Yo, I know the game. These girls really think
that nigga fell for it.
Just by having
Cloud, you fell for it, boy.
Instagram. They're not me for real. Which, by the way, go tap into my Instagram. You know, 49K, probably be 50K by the end of this video. But eventually, these girls will get cuffed up to some weirdo type of guy who probably already has a kid with a baby mama that he goes back to regularly and will be cheating on her with. And also, he's schizophrenic, hits women, and just overall, he's most likely either racist or just, yeah, he's a bad person. That's what I'm trying to say. She lives the rest of her life like that because she didn't go to college because college is too good for her, even though she goes to community college. And you feel me? Eventually, until she moves away, finds an unsuspecting man that doesn't know her past, married.
Bro, he got something to tell us, bro. He in too deep. Does he have something to tell us?
And settle downs with him. But before that girl goes down that route, usually she ends up with the town trapper or scammer. At least.
There we go.
Which is the last
I told y'all.
Talk about. People who trap or scam.
I told y'all.
These type of people were usually doing this during high school. So after high school, they knew they was going to do the same thing. College was never for them, even though a lot of these people are usually smart and they can go to college if they apply themselves. And all they want to do is get that quick, fast money. Sometimes it's for a noble cause, like trying to provide for their family, but other times they just want them new retros and some Louis V bags. I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, usually these type of people end up dead or in jail for life. But before they do that, they're gonna pop they shit. You always see them doing money spreads, like in their new Hellcat or Altima that they got, or maybe a BMW if they really a successful trapper. They'll always post that one story saying, hit me on Snapchat, when we all know it means hit me for the gas, not nothing else. Whenever they slain one of their ops, they'll always pop up on IG Live talking about, yeah, that gang shit, yeah, he a bit, whatever. Smoking some of the premium good loud that they oftentimes sell. These type of people will always try to rap too. They always want to get that rapping career. They want to turn into Lil Durk so they can leave the streets behind, but in all reality, they'll still be in the streets while rapping. They just want to look cool. They also attract a lot of female attention because of who they are, and plus, people just want to get free gas. It's a fast lifestyle, but it always ends up in death or jail time. So I recommend don't meet this person at all.
Don't do that. Don't do that, boy.
People resort to this after their first endeavors don't work, or just do it straight out of high school, like a top 5-star recruit. I'm not gonna lie, they've been true to the game. 5-star recruit in the streets, not the field. Crazy potential. They finna cause havoc all throughout the black community, or the white community, or the Hispanic, or the trailer parks, or the favelas, or for that white people,
Hispanics, or Mayans, throughout the world, nigga,
or the Biryani building. Everybody go follow my Twitch. The streams are fire and it's blowing up right now. Follow the Discord if you want to be a part of Sky Crew, my community.
Follow Cloud Twitch.
Bye, have a great time.